Um, all right, hey guys. Good day. Just feeling very okay. Yeah, so basically we'll be talking on animation of navigation bar in Figma. So we are working on this animated navigation bar, which you could use in mobile apps and the like. So let me just show you a quick video of how it's gonna be. All right, so basically I have here, uh, I mean, an already made stuff, so we just be recreating it right from scratch. And yeah, I'm gonna be showing us how we could do this using auto layouts. But at the end of the day, we're gonna use frames, the normal frames. So yeah, for easy customization and to aid the animation process. All right, so let me just copy these three. I'll show you how to do all of those. I just want to leave this and create a new. Okay, I could just delete all of this. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna just put this right here. So first of all, to start by creating this. Now, I get my icons from Iconify, and I'm just gonna show you how to import one icon if you don't know how to import icons. But for the rest, I'm just gonna use the same icons I have here. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, so I'm using the font I use for this is Manrope. This is the font, and I use semi bold and 12. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, what we want to do is we want to have our icons first before giving it all of this background. So I'm gonna be creating, because now why I'm gonna be creating a frame before importing the icons, because if I'm importing an icon here, right, from here, I'm saying home, just import. You're gonna see it's gonna import like a top left corner, and we don't just want that. We don't just want to start. Let's say we have a very large file, we have to start looking for it right here. So yeah, it's imports based on the next relative um, constraint it has, right? The next relative constraint it has, or the next relative should I call it in layman terms barrier. Yeah, kind of. I hope you get it now. So this is like the next element that could hold it down. So instead, we're going to create a frame. So and a rectangle, ordinary rectangle cannot hold it down because it's not like a rectangle. It's just an element on its own. But a frame, it's more like going to give it a background, right? So we're going to just create a frame. Don't worry about the size right now. Just it's just going to help to import our icon. So we go to Iconify. I use Iconify right now. You could use Icon 8, Fader icons, Icon X, or whatever. I mean, whatever works for you. So you tap on your icon, you could customize the color. If I want it black, I'm just going to tap on black. The height, rotate, all of those, import the icon. And you can see it's importing based on what this frame we have here, because this is the next possible barrier around it. But if you import it outside here, it's going to stay here. So I hope you get the point. What we're going to be having here is height of 36 and width of 36. So we're going to just have 6, right? Then we want to just remove this frame right now. We don't need it. Yeah, so we have this, right? And we want to have our text below it. Let's say home. And we're gonna give this to auto layout. And let's say the spacing between them should be 8. And let's say 4. Yeah, 4 works. Now let's give it a fixed width of 70. I used 70 because I realized also year is 69, year is 48, year is 50, year is 61. So I mean 70 wraps, 70 could work for all. So I just see 71 for all. So but you might not need to do that now. You might just use our content for now. So I don't jump a step. So next is we're just gonna duplicate it. I have 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 fine. I'm just gonna change this to bookmark. I'm gonna change this to add. I'm gonna change this to profile. I'm gonna change to settings. Yeah, settings. So I'm gonna now there's a quick thing. You see all of these when you hover around it, you can't before you select on bookmark, you have to like double tap, then you have to like double tap, then double tap again till you get bookmark. So you're double tapping twice, right? But you could actually just access bookmark by just clicking on control and you tap on the element. So it targets the element you are tapping on at the moment by clicking on control. So that's a very helpful one. But we need this icon, so we're just gonna copy. Then over here to we just paste replace Control Shift R. Then we're gonna change the color to 0 for now. Same thing, I'm gonna do it here. I'm just gonna do it for the rest right now. I'm not gonna change color yet. I'm gonna work on that later. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just gonna say all of this. I'm gonna go to selection colors. All of those are FFF should be changed to 000, and there we have it, right? So I just selected all colors that were white and changed them to black. Yeah. So I'm going to auto layout all of this, Shift A, and I'm going towards over here. What do I have? I have 64, I have 64, I have 92. So I'm going to give them this is okay. I was selecting that earlier. So this should be 92, this should be 64. And I think this has a fixed height and width, fixed width of 680, fixed height of 176. So I'm just going to give this fixed width of 680 and fixed height of 176. Right, so once that is done, I'm just going to align them. Yeah, it's the same. So there's an issue, you can see it's all together. So to change that, first off, you could center them to this, you could center align them. Then we could change the spacing mode to space between. That way it gives them equal space between each element. Now another thing is this has a corner radius. That's this auto layout background. It has a I think a gray, yeah, a gray background. Corner radius of 24. So if instead of trying to start applying this properties, you could just say Control Alt C, and when you check your options, you see Control is this copy properties. So it copies the properties of this element, and here you just say Control V and you paste the properties into this element. So that's like a quick one, right? So yeah, so I can now select my elements inside and make them white. Yeah, so we are through with a particular step. um Now next one is we're gonna be creating this. Now let's just do that somewhere here. First off, let's make sure we are following this with uh this is width of 72, height of 7, this is width of 88, height of 81. So first off, let's just create a rectangle that has this color. Then we have this rectangle here. I'm just gonna make it 72 also, for height of 6. Then the second one is going to be a height of 80, sorry, not width, height of 80, then width of 88. I think this was 88 if I'm right. 88, yes. I'm gonna make this one 88 also, but height of 80. I don't know, I just prefer even numbers, using even numbers than odd numbers. I don't know, but yeah. So this one, yeah, and also now to be able to edit this, right? First off, let me bring it very close to this. So the distance is gonna be 0, the gap. Now I'm just gonna say that to make this, I want this particular node to be here, while this node here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double tap. I tap on this. So when you double tap, what you do is you're gonna be able to see this change, and you can now customize your shape. See that you can now customize the shape that way. So I'm just gonna double tap. After double tapping, this shows up. Then tap on the first on this node and drag here. Well, I might want to give it some few space, but for now let's leave it here. Same thing, tap on this one, then drag here. If eventually you're having some shake, try and hold on to shift and then drag so it stays in line. Now we have this, but I want it to be like coming from somewhere here. So for that one, not just be able to drag, let's just tap on this node and use our arrow key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just so for accuracy, or let's say 6. Okay, 6. 6 is fine. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so this is fine. Now the linear gradients, first of all, this is what color? This is white, and this is a linear gradient of okay, white of 20% to white of 0%. So this is fill of white. Then this is a linear gradient. Let's tap on this color, go to linear gradient here. Then this first one is going to be 20%, right? Yeah, yes, and here you have it, right? Here you have it. So I'm just going to select these two and make them a frame. Control Alt G. Control Alt G is a shortcut, right? So now what I'm just going to do now is going to come up here. Now you notice that since this is an auto layout, it looks like it's gonna fix into here, which is normal, right? So let me just Control Z that. So I don't want to lose this. I'm just gonna hold on Alt while dragging now. So now when you drop this in, it's fine. All you just need to do is tap, come to this point here where you have absolute position, and you tap on absolute position. So your elements remain the same, but this just stays like this. I mean, this can just stay anywhere. So you just bring it up here. This is where we want it to be at initial states. So if it's not aligned, I think you could come here to align to the top. Yeah. So I want it to be on home at initial state, right? And also let's just duplicate for the rest. Let's duplicate for the rest. Yeah, so Ctrl D was what I used in duplicating. When you take an object, let me use this for an example. Take an object and you alt and drag to copy it. You can use Ctrl D to just, do the same, or like multiple copying kind of thing. So yeah, for this place, you're just gonna make them align with the elements. Same thing. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So here we have it. They are all on their own, should I say, group or something. Yeah. So now we don't need this here. Let's just remove it. Now we have successfully created this, but now we still have them as our frame. And here's the reason why I say we're not using frame, because we are going to be animating this and it's going to cause some little issues, right? So we're not going to be using that here. Rather, we're going to be converting all of these two groups to a normal frame, not a multi layout frame. So how do we do that? First of all, this home, this part, we start with the first one. You can see on your layer panel, sorry, uh, yeah, you can see on your layer panel you have frame, no, frame 56, which is auto layout frame that has this icon and the home text. So you tap on this auto layout frame and click on Ctrl Alt G to create a normal frame out of it. After you've done that, you're now going to tap on this auto layout frame, then ungroup. That way, your element still remains in a frame and you still have your element preserved. You do the same for 57, Ctrl G, then you tap on frame 57 and ungroup. Same thing for 58, Ctrl G, then remove the other layout. Oh no. Yeah. Same thing for 59. Ctrl G, group. Ctrl G, ungroup. Yeah. So now once you have this done, you'd know that all of this, you know we are through it a particular phase. Now what we need to do is now the width I was talking about earlier, right? You can see this is the one with the highest width so far. This is 36, this is 57, this is 36, this is 38, this is 49. So I'm just going to give them a width of 60. So all of them a width of 60. I could just select all, then 60, right? So they all have the same width and the height is fine. The height is fine. So what we're gonna do next is now we are going to center the element to be in the center of the frame. So we're going to tap on each element and make them center in the frame. Don't worry about the touchlights up there. We're still going to work on them. I just need us to get done with this already. All right. So yeah, here we have this, right? Um, Now because of spacing, I want to reduce this to 48, right? Yeah. So it's well spaced now. And now we might now have to now make some tweaks on this. Uh, okay. Yes. All right. All right. So that's basically it. Yeah. Now the whole container, I want to make it a frame also. So just like the way we've always done for others, what do we do? Let me close all of this up. We're just gonna, this frame is selected already. We're gonna put it in a frame, Control G. Then we're gonna select this frame and then say ungroup. But yes, we made this step, so let me Control Z that. Now what step did we miss? We missed the step of this frame, we gave it a frame so it does not have any attributes. Basically, if you come here, you're going to see that it doesn't even have a fill yet because this is closed. It doesn't have a stroke. It just has a width and height and all of those. It doesn't have anything really tangible, right? So I'm going to tap on this particular auto layout frame that has a fill, that has a corner radius, that has all of those things. We're going to say Control Alt C, and remember that Control C is what? Copy properties. So we're going to tap on this our full frame and right click. You could right click and say paste properties, or I just would prefer the shortcut Control Alt V, which means paste properties. Now you won't see any change, but basically from here you would see that it has changed, right? It now has a fill on this. So you can now come here and ungroup. Now you see that it retains the properties of the previous auto layout frame we had earlier. So now here we have this and it's fine. So now we could actually edit anything we want to edit and all. Now what we just do now is we're gonna come here, gonna duplicate this, and we're gonna start animating soon enough. Now first off, what we want to do is we want to make this uh, uh, like the colors not bright by default because we want to make them inactive, right? This is the only one active by default on beginning. So we're going to change from FF5 to, let's say, 565656. Yes. Okay. So 565656. So these are inactive, right? Then we are going to say select all of this, and we don't want them to show up, like we don't want it to be up right now. Just gonna take them, yeah, just like that. So let me do that again. Select all of them instead of doing one after the other. Just select all of them and drag and close it up like this, right? So once that is done, you can now double tap and select all of these. Then the layer, make it a 0%. so it's not visible at all. Now after that is done, you see this is what we want to see as default, but we don't want to see all of this text. So we're just going to tap on the text, Control Shift, using Control Shift. Then um, we are going to remove them from here. We want it to be that when it's animating in, it's going to pop up a bit. So we're going to take it down. So there's something I want you to notice somewhere here. You see in each of the frames, the text was inside the frames, right? But as soon as you begin to move them away, they leave the frames and then they go out to like the outer body. Why is that? That's because you are moving them away from their frame. So to make them stay, while you want to drag, you can hold on to spacebar, your spacebar. That way it stays in the frame and it doesn't move. Once you remove your hand from the spacebar, okay, yeah, once you remove your hand from the spacebar, it also leaves the frame. So you can do it that way, but if you feel like you want to do it the manual way, you can drag it away, then you now have to start manually. But I feel that's a whole lot of stress, you know. So what I just do is, before you start dragging, click on spacebar, then you can click on shift so it does not go left and right. Click on shift so it maintains proportion, and then you just leave it somewhere here. So once you have it somewhere, you can just use your arrow keys to just modify it won't leave the frame or whatever. Just use your arrow keys. But once you're trying to use a cursor or your mouse to move, it's gonna leave the frame if you don't hold on to the arrow keys. If you don't hold on to the spacebar rather. Alright, so just gonna make this 0%. Yeah, so this is how we want it to show by default, right? So I'm just gonna create a multiple of this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I'm gonna have 5 of this. Yeah, 5. So I'm just gonna rename this right now. Bottom nav 1, or let me say bottom nav home. It's actually very helpful when you name your let me just come in so I can see the names. When you name your frames, bottom nav mark, especially when you're working in components, bottom nav add, bottom nav profile, then bottom nav settings. Yeah, so just gonna select the 5 of this, right? And yeah, a pretty nice thing I got to know about was creating multiple components. So you can click on this drop down, create multiple components. So you create each of these as components. Funny, I just realized that maybe some weeks ago or something. Yeah. So we're gonna combine as variants. Then after that, what you're gonna do is we're now gonna start setting our state. So the state for this is fine already. Then next we're going to bookmark. Then we're gonna look for the text here. You know the text is here, right? So we're gonna make this 100% visibility, which is gonna be here, right? Then we are just gonna select. We are gonna hold on Shift Control D so you can select both of them, and we can now align to the top, right? So we click on Control Shift so it targets this and select the both of them, then we align to the top, so we don't have to start manually looking for a position and all. Just makes the whole thing fast. So now this already has its own frame. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna close this up. I think we use 565656. So I'm gonna use 565656, and we're gonna put this up here. We're gonna say 0%. We're gonna select this, and we're gonna look for one text somewhere here. Let's see the one for add. Control and select these two, so we can now align to bottom, right? So we're gonna select home and make it 0% positive. Yeah, so that's for this. So this is now like the rest in active state. Now we still have something to do about this. We're gonna look for where the rectangle is, this rectangle, then this top, we're gonna drag it down. So now here is an issue. There is an issue. If we are to do this, it may cause some little problems. So alright. I think it might not cause a whole lot of problem per se, because we know our height already. So we're just gonna input our height however way. So yeah, it still works. So adding where we didn't know our height, it might have caused some little um so whatever it could be. Alright, so I'm just gonna make this FFF, and I'm gonna make this FFF. Yeah, so the show with this, right? We come to add, and do the same. Tap on the text, Ctrl Shift, align to the top. Once that is done, gonna go to the field, change to 100%. Look for this top 10, change to 100% also. So proceed, then tap on the one we meant to drag down, then make it 80 height, fine. So select both, change our 5656 to FFF, then that's that. Then for this, we are just gonna look for another text that's currently not showing, align to the bottom. Yeah, just these two, because this is still in this frame. So just change all FFF to 565656. Yes. So I'm gonna take this up. So in a way, there are faster ways this could be done, right? But I just want to make sure this is very much understandable. I mean, that's the goal of doing this. Once you understand it so well, getting it to be done faster won't be an issue. Yeah, so the field for this is going to be 0. So add is done. We're going to come next to profile. Is it profile now? Yeah, profile. Alright, so we're going to tap on this and shift control this, align to the top, and we're going to tap on this guy, make him 100%, and we're going to tap on this guy up here, make him also 100%, and we're going to tap on the flash, the light kind of thing, whatever we could call it now, make it 80 heights. We have our height already, and tap on this and tap on the frame of this, change job 5656 to FF5. Then for this, we could come here, select text, select any text that is dormant, take it to bottom, make this 0%. Where have I been making the layers 0% of the fill? Is the fill. So the fill is going to be 0%. Before then, let's just select these two, make them 565656. Then after that, we make the fill 0%. Yeah, and we make this one up to the top. Make the layer 0%. Right, so next and last one is the settings. Now we have settings text selected. Control and Shift, tap on this align to the top, then tap on this settings text, make it visible 100%, then tap on this guy layer 100%, then drag this down a bit and make the height to be 80. Then gonna select both and change our colors to FFF. Then for this one, we're gonna select this text, select it. Another text is dormant, make this come down. And we're just gonna select this and this frame up. Change FFF to 565656. Then just gonna pick this up here. Then this one is gonna be 0% fill. And this layer is gonna be 0% visibility. So yeah, this is it so far. Then go to Apple type. So when you tap on this guy particularly, come here, on click, change to this property, smart animate ease out. Let's say gentle, let's say 100. Then want to say, you tap on this guy, comes here, same thing. Tap on this guy, comes here, same properties, nothing changed. Tap on this guy, comes here, same properties, nothing changed. Tap on this guy, comes here, same properties, comes here, yeah, and this goes to the last one. So you just do the same, goes to the top, bookmark goes to the next one, smart and chain to 400, profile comes down, settings comes down, yeah, then home goes back up, bookmark comes back up, yeah, oh no, then additional comes back up, yeah, settings comes down. So something I could actually have done is, after doing one for this, I could just copy and just paste to replace here, but yeah, I mean, that's a better way, a more better and faster way to do that. And what do I mean by that? I mean, after, this is already linking to this, same thing here. So I could just copy one and just come here and paste to replace. So it automatically links to this, same thing here. Copy, Please replace, and this I'm just going to look for the one that is dormant also. Or yeah. So when you check it out, you should have something like this, right? So we're just gonna go to our assets. Yes, this is it. Our assets. So I'm just gonna create a. So now we didn't use our phone screen size in doing this, but it's no problem. You could always come to your design. If you have a layout grid already, just tap on this, and you can use K to resize in the right proportion, right? So you just resize it. I bring it down here, then just gonna play this now. So yeah, here it is. But let me just make it a bit bigger so we can see it well. So yeah, there's something that you notice that when I did this, right, it's it was making this move. That's because of this constraint thing, right? So if it was Control Z, if it was let's say bottom, it's wouldn't go down, but it will stay fixed to the bottom, right? So that's what you should know. But another thing is, if you really don't have that, let's say it's top and all, you could just tap on control while you're resizing. So it's just going to resize this, it's not going to resize the content, right? Yeah. So I'll find that helpful. Let me just resize this. All right. So we can see this now. I think this is beautiful. It's a bit slow, and that's is it slow? I don't know. I feel like it's fine. I feel like it's fine. Yeah. All right. So that's it. That is for this video, guys. Um, so for animated navigation bar in Figma, more videos coming up soon. If you find this helpful, do well to like the video and subscribe. Yeah. Thank you.